So this note about Christian education. Christian education in many churches is often seen as secondary, and I think we've been talking about this for a while, and so I know we're realizing the importance of it. And it's not just a side note, but it is fundamental to the call. And so I want to just reiterate the power of this Christian education. I want to reiterate just the fact that we're at a dynamic time that could change the trajectory of our ministry. Part of the development is just the fact that our Christian education has historically been multifaceted, but now we're going to take multifaceted and put it on steroids. And so with what we do on Tuesday nights, with what we begin to do in terms of youth, what we begin to do with young adults, from a relational / Christian education standpoint, I believe will really put us on a good path. And so I want to reiterate that by just reminding us that Matthew 28:19-20 encourages us to go and make disciples. It says, make disciples of every nation. Um, and so in the King James Version, it says like this. It says, um, go ye therefore and teach all nations. And so the fact that it says teach all nations um, means that there's a way in which something about explaining, something about understanding, something about development, because all of that is what it takes for discipleship to really be um, accomplished. And so tonight, as you hear from Minister Brown, and we thank God for our Elder Mako sharing on last week more about the class she will be having. I want you to just begin processing where you are and begin processing that no matter what stage we're in. My part in sharing is that the reason that Christian education is going to be so fundamental to our progress is because it will be built to meet us where we are. And instead of having one generic one class to try to meet multiple needs, we'll be able to have tailor-made curriculum so that people who are at different stages can get things where they are. And I think that's really the part that I'm excited about. I'm excited about us being able to take um, where we are and take where you are. And right now, just at our beginning stage, to have 3 classes, one for uh, new members, to have another one that is fundamental, that leads us into a deeper dive into the Word, a fundamental experience in the book of John. I'm excited. So, as you spend time tonight hearing, I want you to process that in order for this shift to really get in gear, it means encouraging you to play a part and to invite your friends. The same way people would say, invite your friends to a worship service. No, one of the places you can invite them to is to Christian education, to classes you're taking, because this is going to be the area where change in your life comes from not only what you learn and hear, but the questions that it causes you to ask, and the ways that it's going to encourage us to not just check off the box. So here's one thing that I'm going to encourage us to do going forward. Let's be a little bit more intentional. If this is going to be if Zoom is going to be a prime area in which we engage, then let's engage for real. Not just cooking and having it on, not just doing some other work and having it on. Try as best we can, unless you're driving, unless you're just predisposing, you cannot get on camera. I encourage us to get on the camera as much as possible. I encourage us to be focused as we're engaged in this opportunity. And I encourage us to participate, because a lot of times you can only get as much out as you put in. And if you're half paying attention, then you're half understanding. And if you have half understanding, is sometimes worse than having no understanding. So I just wanted to say that. And then in addition to that, I wanted to also say that First Lady and I were just so elated, excited, impressed, and appreciative of all that you all did for us this past Sunday, and everything that it took in preparation to get us there. We really are overwhelmed and thankful for pastoring at Faith Tabernacle. We're looking forward to great things ahead, and so we want to say thank you to you all as a congregation. We want to say thank you for the role that the Shepherd staff played in getting that together. Thank God for the leadership of Deacon Sproul and Deacon Ball in spearheading not only Shepherd staff, but Shepherd staff spearheading the church, as you all did what y'all did. And y'all did that. And so thankful. Thankful for the word that came. Thankful for the people that came. And Faith Tabernacle's all right. We are so just happy for you all. So wanted to say that. Want y'all to have a great time tonight, and look forward to seeing you on Sunday. Until then, God bless.